Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Uneducated Opinions. Every week, we'll be discussing a wide variety of topics, including current events, controversial opinions, and philosophical questions. We cannot emphasize enough the fact that we are incredibly unqualified to be giving our opinions on most of these topics due to our complete lack of education. Well, one of us went to college, but that didn't really help. Anyway, let's get started. Yeah, all right. So
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out how you were going about this. I'm guessing it's higher roll.
I'm going to roll these, and then, the one with the highest
Yeah,
number
okay.
is going to go first. Okay. There is two of them rolled threes, the other two rolled ones, so I'm just gonna re-roll everything. It's gonna be a lot easier that way. Okay. Dan, you're going first. I feel like you've gone first every time.
This is some bullshit.
I went first the first one.
Mike
Just
is
off the podcast saying women shouldn't be in the front lines in war.
I was the first last week.
order is Dan, Mike, Ryan, Moreau.
Okay. Give me 1 second to get some water, and then we can continue.
Continue. We haven't even started. All right, guys. See you guys next week.
GG.
Mike's gonna get COVID on the way to get water.
Right.
Oh, guys, I can't taste this water. Mike, you fucking retard. All right, we're ready to start. Or...
Yeah, I've been waiting on you.
Waiting on you.
I fucking hate you guys.
Yeah.
So, okay. So mine is one that I actually was thinking about, and now apparently the Congress is trying to do something. So apparently Congress is trying to introduce a bill to stop scalpers from buying PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X, along with other things, which I like. Because, you know, you don't work for the company, you shouldn't be buying it and making a profit off of it.
All right, so I just want to get this straight. You're all for the government regulating the market? That's what it sounds like.
Because, like,
To clarify Dan's argument, he's a communist, and he thinks
No.
America should become a communist.
Okay,
No, I don't
I'm
think
glad
you
we're on the
should-
same page there.
No, I don't think you should buy a PS5 and then sell it. That's $500 and resell it for $1,500.
I mean, I think it's a good business model. I mean, that's easy money.
so are we saying that we should destroy eBay as a whole? Because, like, if we start with video games, it should be applied to everything, Dan. So, like, the act of reselling is, like, someone's, like, job at this point. There's, like, people that go to, like clothing stores like Ross and, like, Goodwill and just, like, buy clothes and then resell them. So, like, you would take that job away from all those people.
But you shouldn't jack up the price to, like, triple the market value.
But if people are willing to pay it,
If people pay it, you could put whatever our price is.
was the sell price is determined by the buyers, right? Because you could sell for like $2,000 if no one buys it.
Yeah, but
You're not
so
gonna sell it.
I just think it was really scummy of people doing it during Christmas last year because parents really had no option.
Other
like
than
they're
to say, all right,
No. I agree. It's scummy.
We're waiting a couple months. It's definitely scummy.
But I don't know if it
that's
should
what
be
I'm trying to
illegal.
go
Like,
with.
That's just
Oh no, I'm not saying it should be illegal. I think it's just ridiculous. Like,
Man, I
Yes.
follow like one rule and one rule only, and that's
Yeah.
MJ's famous rule of "fuck them kids." So, yeah, that's all I got.
yeah, but I just yeah, put it like. I think it's just stupid with like the graphics cards going for triple the price.
Well, that's not only
Bitcoin
because
related.
of yeah, it's a combination of things, and that's why like car prices are jacked up and stuff like that. So it all ties in together, but like that's just because between what was that boat that got stuck in the fucking canal that like
the
all of
Everdick or
Europe-
whatever. Yeah.
like the one that like Europe and Asia fucking lives by because like that's how they exchange goods. Like with this whole COVID thing, like it fucked up. Like we wouldn't have this problem if COVID wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Like scalpers were doing scalping, but it wasn't to this point because like we had access. Like Toyota builds their cars based on like how much demand they expect to have in a year. It's like, but now it's like they built the cars, but they don't have the chips for the cars, so they just
like I just thought it was funny because this one band I like, they came out with their record version of the album, and they signed it and they put it up, and people bought them out. I wasn't able to get one. They sold them for 40. People were reselling them on eBay for 250. I offered the guy 100. The guy's like, "Nah, man." I'm like, "Okay, let me know if you change your mind." They put more of them up. I got one. Then the guy's like, "Hey, I'll take like he messaged me back like a week later, like, "Hey, I'll take 100." I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm good." And he's like, "Wow, you suck." I'm like, "What?" I
That's
was
an
like,
example of the guy putting the price too high,
"Yeah,"
and he didn't get a sale.
Yeah.
but like,
He's just
just
bad
It's
at
a gamble.
capitalism.
It's basically the stock market is what
Yeah.
it is. I guess.
Oh, it's basically Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
If I buy a box, like I'm expecting, foil arid messes in the entire box every
Okay,
time.
I don't know about that. I don't know if it's
And then I
that.
finally pull something worth
Like-
it, and then Wizards just reprints it six
Like-
times.
See,
Now it's
I don't.
worthless.
That's not really the same thing.
Now I
'Cause-
buy a Grim Tutor and I'll get fucked over because Moro just bought a full art one for $16 foil.
Right, so that's not really the same thing. Because if I order a PS5, when I open it, I'm not expecting for a PS1.
That's true.
Like-
I guess that's true.
Well,
You're expecting a PS6 because that's just your luck.
What's that?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
You're getting the prototype.
And then I won't pay for parking.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Naturally.
Dan's gonna hit the lottery, be an overnight billionaire, join the 3 Comma Club, refuses to pay for parking when we hang out.
I evened out. I don't understand why I still get shit for this.
Because
It's not my fault that you guys blew through your money.
you were the
No,
big
no,
winner.
we,
and you didn't
we
pay for
said
parking.
winner pays for parking. We all
I
agreed.
didn't win.
But you
I
did.
evened out.
No. You didn't lose.
Yeah,
Not
you
the
don't.
winner.
You don't lose. You won.
Oh my god. All right, are we already done with mine? Or does
No, I
anybody
mean,
have
I
anything?
mean, I guess, but it's just like I'm all for scalping. I think it's a good business model. I don't think Congress should get involved in
See-
any way, shape, or form because it's not their business. Like,
They
I'm-
can take my kids when they're born.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
That's fine.
Okay, so let's go about this. Is it? So yeah, it's still the
like
thing
you're an
about the scenario,
asshole,
it's
but you're
still-
also smart
Alright,
if you do
so-
it. You know what I mean?
So say a hurricane's about to happen. like
Okay.
a really bad one. Someone goes out and buys like 7 generators. When you lose power, there's no generators, and he's selling them for triple the price.
Great business
he,
model.
He took an opportunity.
Yeah, he took the opportunity. He's like I'm saying, he
It's
is
3
an
times
asshole.
as scummy, but 3 times as effective because they have to buy those generators. It's not a matter of like,
Ryan and
hey,
I-
I
And
little
then, but
shit, you're
and then
waiting
at the
for
same
next
time,
Christmas.
if you're in a hurricane prone area, you should have already had a generator. That's on you for not buying one sooner. Failure
That's
to
also
prepare is preparing to fail.
Ryan and I bought like 20 foil sunburn implications
Oh yeah.
for the same reason.
We knew exactly what was happening with that card. We totally scalped the entire market by buying like 10 of them. Entire
There
market.
wasn't foil ones on TCG Player for weeks. Mostly because that set sucked cock. But
Did we sell them? Absolutely not. I still have all of them.
Yeah, I think I have one.
How much are they now? That's the real question.
Hang on.
no,
Yes.
they're not as worth as they used to be. Because like
Yeah,
they shot up for a while, and we were like, "Oh shit!" And we just kept them because we're like, "We'll use them."
They're just so good. Let's see. Foil. Let's see. $1.81 not foil.
Ugh.
Where do I find it for? What set was this? This was Ixalan, right?
The pre-release card is $7.
Foil's like
Profit.
4.
Okay,
weren't
so
they
you
up
guys,
to, like,
you guys
20
quadrupled your money. It's not bad.
But like I wanted to buy one from Scott at all in one when they were like $1, and I was like, "Do you have any for sale?" And he's like, "Not yet." He kind of gave us that squint, like he knew what was up.
All right. I guess on to the next one.
Which I think was Mike.
Was me, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my topic is college worth it, or is it better to just enter the workforce right out of high school in the year of 2021? The argument for going to college is obviously you can be educated in a specific career field to get a good job in a career you like that will hopefully make you enough money to pay off your college debt. And the pro of going out of high school is like you can start off working right away and make some okay money. You're probably not going to make great money, probably at any point in your life. but you start off right away and you start off ahead of the game because you're not in debt. So my opinion is that go working right out of high school is probably better right now because like you can learn, like, let's say a job that like you need to be really smart for, like being a coder, right? You can learn how to code anything that you will learn in college right off of YouTube, and like you can just code something, bring it to a company, be like, this is what I can do, um, hire me, and they will at this point. Um, so like the only good thing for college, in my opinion, in this argument is like disappearing. So that's my point. Thoughts?
So my thought is usually it depends on what you're going for in college. Usually you're
course.
gonna get a job that pays a lot more.
I wouldn't say a lot more. Not right away, at least.
I mean, okay, Ryan, how much were you making right now?
All right, as the only person that went to college, I can affirm right out of college, my first job was paying a little more than $60,000 a year. That was in Connecticut too, so like that kind of factors in. You get paid less.
That's not
in
bad. You were
Connecticut than
also an
anything else.
engineer, though. Like, that's definitely a higher paying field. Like,
Like,
that's
like
the
Dan
top,
said, if you're gonna go for
Yeah.
women's studies, don't expect it to pay
of
off.
course.
But like if you're gonna go for like a science field, like engineering or software or something,
Like
Any of the
it
STEM
depends.
fields.
Like if you're gonna be like in theater, yeah, you're better off just going right to.
Look, I'm pretty sure Bobby's making good money. Oh wait, we shouldn't have known names.
Oh, we didn't add last names, but yeah. No,
Okay, cool.
That you making good money?
I don't know who he is.
No, he works at a restaurant in Georgia as like a waiter.
Well, like so here's my thing, right? Like, so like let's say you get $100,000 worth of debt, make $60K a year. Or like I was making $35K a year at UPS for like the 4 years you were in college, and like I could have easily gotten promoted. Like by now, I'd be promoted. Like if I stayed in New Jersey, I'd have been promoted to be making six figures right now.
after how long?
After I'd be there 8 years at this point.
And so like how long would it take you to start making six figures?
Probably around 8 to 10 years.
8 to 10 years. So, all right, but
I'll
but,
use
all right.
we'll use UPS as the example in this
You-
situation. It's not always like that, but
All right, so it would take you 8 years. To
they
make
say
six
They
figures.
also say you need a college degree to do that, but you don't actually need one. You just need to be working towards it. But they also pay for it. So,
But so if you look at the other side, so the big people say with college is debt. Like you come out with a lot of debt, and it takes a long time to pay off all that debt.
Yeah.
My girlfriend ended up paying off her student loans completely in I think like 3 or 4 years, and
Okay.
she's not even in like a high paying field. She's in finance, which is relatively that's like middle of the road kind of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
oh, it can be. It can
And,
also be. It can also be literally the highest paying field. But yeah,
Yeah,
Or
I
she
mean, yeah,
could.
if you go high
She
enough.
could probably have just did like a Bernie Madoff thing and be really rich.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
if she
Like,
could
what-
do
what-
that and
what
didn't,
exactly does she
I'd be
do in
upset.
finance? Does she manage people's money?
No, she doesn't do shit. She actually
Oh
couldn't. Like
my-
I don't know what she does.
Oh my god! So when I slept over and I woke up that morning, I literally just had her go into like 4 different meetings and literally gossip, and I'm like,
Yeah, like
dude,
literally, that's what she
literally
does.
did not do
Okay.
anything.
So like she's not in like a
Solid.
high profile. Like she works
Definitely.
for a company and like I don't even know. Like the word purchase order gets thrown around a lot, but like she doesn't manage people's money. She's not on Wall Street or anything, so it's not like
Yeah,
Her-
so she works for a company buying like.
yeah.
She might be
Yeah,
managing
kinda.
databases then. That's
She,
what I'd imagine.
Basically, the point is like her job is not one of those where you get like overnight millionaires. Like it's not something she's gonna get rich off like super quick. But
I
so she
almost
was
feel
able
like
to
messaging
pay
her,
it
like,
off.
Ryan's talking shit.
She was able to pay it off, and she's I guess been working there for 5 years now, and she's probably a year or two away from making six figures.
Okay.
So even at that point, still outpacing somebody who didn't go to college. And
How much
then
debt did she have? Do you know?
it probably would have been. I really have no idea. I never actually asked her, but I would probably say close to 100,000 at least.
Okay.
And then, but then if you look at somebody in the higher paying fields like me, like I'm an engineer, I've been out of school for 5 years. I took 1 year off, never been with the same company for more than 1 year, and I'm basically making six figures now. So like
Okay.
it took me like half the time it would have taken you, who didn't go to college. You know, if we're using those examples. So like
but the time frame is the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so like
Like from graduating high school, like
yeah,
from
so for graduating
age
high school,
18.
so we're
So
basically
10,
at the,
so 10 years, basically.
and then I got a lot more room to improve.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I'm
I
saying. Like Ryan's
of
gonna
course.
probably make a
course.
lot more. Like he'll get up to more money faster.
so I think that's the one thing it does have going for is the cap. There, you have a lot more potential to make more money, and then the other
Mhm.
thing is job security. Like
Yes.
depending on the field you go into, like it's a lot easier to get a job with a degree because most companies are like, we require a bachelor's degree in something, and even if you just
Mhm.
have a degree, it's just a lot easier to get that foot in the door. Not saying I'm for it, or I'm still kind of debating whether or not I'm for or against it, but there's pros and cons.
There's definitely pros and cons. And I would even say like college over the long term for like your traditional, like I'm gonna get a job, work 40 years and retire is probably the way to go, right? Because like you said, like you're on the higher scale of the income thing, like towards the end, like your cap is higher, right?
Yeah.
Well, like if you like, for example, if you wanted to also get into real estate, right, and buy a rental property, that's almost impossible with student loans. Like you just
Yeah.
every bank's gonna laugh at you, even if you're making six figures. They're gonna be like, yeah, you already have a boatload of debt. Like you kind of need to fix that first.
Yeah.
And like, so like you just have to be like, I think they're definitely both. They're two different viable metas for like real world
Yeah.
life. I guess we would say.
It also kind of depends on what it is you want to do. So like
Yeah,
me, like
definitely.
I went to school for engineering because it's kind of what I wanted to do, and now I'm here for a few years, and I'm like, I really fucking hate this job. I hate this industry, and so now I'm going back to school. So it kind of fucked me over. Like whereas if I just didn't go to college right out of the gate, I maybe wouldn't have had that problem because now I'm basically going to college twice, and so
Yeah.
it's probably not worth it for me. But I mean, I'm doing it
I
anyway.
can't. I can't wait for you not to like this. The next thing. Be like,
Yeah, that's what Amanda tells me all the time. She's like, "Yeah, I can't wait for you to like hate being a doctor and be like, yeah, you don't want to do this." And I'll be like, "Yeah, it's probably gonna happen, but but
I
oh
literally
well."
can't wait for Ryan to go through the med school, 3 years of residency, finally get excited, make a ton of money, and just be like, you know what? I fucking hate this.
I can't stand the sight of blood. I'm out of here.
You know what? All that shit, pretty icky. Not gonna lie to you.
Well, I mean,
in the middle
Amanda's
of a
other
heart
argument is like,
in the middle of a heart transplant, just walks out.
yeah, I'd just be like, yeah, I'm not cut out for this.
You guys want to see how fast he can get fired as a doctor? And instant malpractice. He just stabs the scalpel into the guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think you get a little more than fired at that point. But
I can't wait for the first residency of Ryan to apply. Pulls up this podcast.
Yeah.
Just staring at him, and Ryan's just sweating. He's like, okay, where's the
I'm gonna need to edit the fuck out of this.
where's the door?
Now they'll welcome me into their inner circle because I'm based.
I'm pacing Renfield.
They're like, thank God you're not a liberal cuck. Immediately dean of medicine.
Does anyone else have any thoughts on high school versus college?
Yeah, I don't think it always applies to everything. I think I think part of the issue is our ideology of like college is kind of distorted due to the fact that we literally went to school, like we went to high school like during a recession. So like most kids in like the 4 year spans that we were in school, because like when did it happen? 2008, 2011, around that time, right?
Yeah,
That's like when
2007 is when it started. 2009 is when the economy fully started to recover.
So I think for the thought of college and things like that, it was a little tougher for us specifically, just because like we didn't know what was going to happen, and a lot of people were talking about like how the world was going to change from that. Like I have some friends that graduated in 2009, 2010, and like they went to schools for engineering. I had a friend that went to be a dentist and stuff like, and they could not get jobs right away.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that like no one was hiring and things like that. So like I definitely agree for both sides. I don't think you could play enough hours of Surgeon Simulator to become a doctor. So like if you go and I think it's certain things like coding. I don't know a lot of places that would still let people get in. I've been like, I've been like coding off of YouTube for months. I don't think that really.
You definitely can. Like, there's a lot of places that do that. They literally, you get an interview and you're like,
I need to see it. If I need to see it or hear about it, because like most of the time here, if you don't know someone in the inside, you're not getting it.
Yeah, because especially
definitely
because
also
a lot
true.
of the issue is the way they like one of the major sources, like the major sources of like finding a job is like Indeed or recruiters or something. And a lot of times they'll just have a list of applicants and they'll just filter out. They'll be like, okay, if you don't have
Yeah.
this requirement, I'm not even gonna look at your resume. So like Muro's saying, if you don't have a BS in something, they're just gonna filter you out. Even if you're like a great coder, self-taught, like Muro said, if you don't know somebody that can get you that interview, it's gonna be harder to get the interview.
so what you
Yeah,
do,
like I used to see that kind of thing all the time. Like back when we were in high school, like I used to hear about people like getting a job just from learning it on their own. But I'm not hearing that as much as I used to. And most of the people that are in there, they're like, yeah, I don't have a degree, but I've been working for the same place for so long that they just kept me here because it just made sense.
I've definitely heard about it more often now, so than back then, I think.
Okay.
And to your other point, I forgot what it was. Yeah, so like when you were talking about like our thing of like college being warped, that's definitely true. Like I remember my sister's, she graduated 4 years before us, and like the mindset around her, like her when she was in high school was basically like, I'm gonna go to college no matter what, because like that's like the path to success. Whereas like once the economy got fucked in the Great Recession, it was like, all right, no one knows. Like there's no clear path right now. So like it was almost like, all right, maybe you don't take on this a bunch of debt with no guarantee at the other end. Where like before it was thought of as a guarantee.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that's what I had to say about that. Any other thoughts? Anyone?
No.
All right.
All right. Well, so my topic kind of segues off of that a little bit because it's related to college and education and all that bullcrap, which, as we just discussed, is completely not worth it and you should never go to college. My big issue is the way colleges actually function. You pay a shit ton of money.
Wait, so is this your topic?
Yeah, this is
or
going to be my
this-
topic. This is my topic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Continue.
You pay a shit ton of money for colleges to pretty much give you zero benefits right now. Or like the things they teach you generally may or like they might, but like in my experience, I don't remember anything I was taught in college because none of it is applied to any of my jobs in the future. So like I basically, like Mike said, like I could have just learned everything that I needed to know online or from the employer directly, maybe
Yeah.
spent a year training me and I'd be at the exact same point I am now. And I just want to, and even when they do like teach you stuff, their curriculums are absolute bullshit and can 100% be replaced with online classes. I'm going to share something in the Discord real quick. I want everybody to take a look at it.
Okay.
It's a PDF file. Just open it up and look at it. I'm going to pull it up.
How
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
viruses am I getting?
I was gonna say, how fat is this Trojan horse's cock?
Let me go back to I'm going to put up the screen if I put this on YouTube, but what basically it is. Hey, how the fuck do I get back to
The Trojan horse's cock has a Trojan horse.
There we go. So what this
It's
is,
that big.
this is for one of my classes. This is like all the metabolic pathways in your body, and it's
I'm not seeing it. Where
Yeah,
is
I'm not
this?
seeing it
Which
yet.
one?
Yeah.
it's in the general
you-
chat.
It's not.
I am in the
I
general.
see my
chat.
fighting
Yeah.
badgers and I see fuck them kids. Up there. It is.
Oh, okay, there it is.
All right, you guys do see it. I mean, it just took a little while,
Yeah.
or somebody forgot to press enter.
Hey, it wasn't.
Well, that's not the point.
I was gonna say, oh, maybe it's a big file, 514 kilobytes.
Yeah.
What the
Full
So, yeah.
subway map.
So this is like I said, all the metabolic pathways in the body. If I could get it to open, I can like actually take a look at it here. All right. I basically have to memorize this. This is like what my class has been for that class. It's just been memorize this. Basically, every lecture has been okay. Here's a pathway. Here's all the enzymes. Here's the products. All this stuff. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, like I get it. But then the rest of the lectures are basically them making PowerPoint slides for each of these like topics, like each of these pathways, and then just reading off of them and being like, yeah, just memorize this. And the exams will come and they're like, okay, what's the intermediate of this pathway? Like what's the end product of this? And I'm like, all right, so what you're telling me is like I spend 3 hours in lecture every week and then an extra like 2 hours studying just to memorize this one thing. Why not at the beginning of the semester you give me this diagram and say, okay, you got 3 months, go memorize it, and then I do it, and then instead of paying $30,000, I pay $2,000 for just the certificate because that's all I'm in college for anyway.
Because my idea is why they do that is probably because they want to make sure whoever isn't getting it, like that they start to like
So why can't the
you get
person
what
who's
I'm-
not getting it pay for extra tutoring and
Yeah,
pay the
No,
$30,000?
yeah, no, I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. I'm just saying that's probably why.
Yeah,
I think the reason it costs
I
so much
also-
is because
But yeah, I agree with
student
Ryan.
loans are
Like,
guaranteed for banks, so banks don't
but,
say no.
yeah, I agree with Ryan because I had a math class that my teacher was there was 3 different times. This was in college. 3 different times that I corrected her. Like, you did that wrong. She's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, yeah, you did. And I pointed it out. She's like, oh yeah, I did. Then when she brought up the fact that I didn't actually have to go to class, I just had to pass the final. I literally got up and walked out. She's like, where are you going? I'm like, you just said I don't have to be here. And I passed the class. She's like, you're not going to pass the final. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like,
But like, I shouldn't have had to pay for that whole class thing because I only went to like 4 classes.
yeah, exactly. Like, I've taken classes at 3 different schools now, and every single time, majority of the classes, I could just read the text. Like, they'll lecture about like a chapter of the textbook. I'll understand nothing because they're terrible at teaching, or like I'm just too bored to sit there. I'll go home, I'll read the chapter and be like, okay, I now know everything, and then I'll get A's on the exams. It's like, why instead of like paying you $10,000 to take this class, I'll pay $100 for this textbook, read it, and now I know just as much as somebody who took the class. Like, I think you should. I just think they should be structured differently, or certification should be a little different. Maybe less emphasis should be put on the actual degree, and maybe jobs should more require technical knowledge. Like that way, like Mike said before, like you could learn stuff on YouTube and have the same opportunity as somebody who went to college. Like there's really no benefit to it in terms of what your actual knowledge level is. Right now, the only benefit to going to college is being able to say, oh, I have this expertise because I have this degree. Even though you can get the exact same education, if not better, by studying it on your own. And I just think that's fucked up and needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Replace college professors with people who get paid to search YouTube for the information that will be taught in the class. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, or you could just like basically what you could do is, okay, like right now all my classes are online, and a couple of them were lectures that were recorded last year. So I'm watching last year's lecture for this year's class. It means the professor is literally doing nothing this year. He's getting paid to do nothing. What the university should do is like, okay, I'll pay this professor to make a series of lectures for this class, and then I'll offer that class at a reduced price because now I don't have to continuously pay the professor every year. Like I just pay him once, and now I can like offer these classes for a much more reduced price, but now my costs are a lot less. It would result in the exact same thing.
You pay the professor, hey, here's $200,000, make a complete comprehensive guide, and then fuck off.
Yeah,
and we don't talk to me ever again. That's literally Jordan Peterson did something similar when he was like rising to fame. He literally was like, they asked him like, hey, are you going to go back to teaching? He's like, why? All my entire class that I teach is on YouTube. Like, there's no point in me going back to actually teaching.
Yeah, and I mean, like then like Dan said, if maybe some students need a little extra help, maybe they're not clear or something, maybe the school can have those professors or some people with just maybe not such high specific knowledge of the subject, but like enough where they can kind of keep them on retainer, be like, okay, you don't have to teach a class, but every week you have to be available for an hour or two to help students who are struggling or something like that. Still reduce costs all around. Like reduce costs for the school, reduce costs for the students. Lower cost means more people can get educated. Fixes a lot of issues, I think.
So the only thing I would say with that is lower cost for the school does not mean lower cost for the students.
But it should.
The school could totally do that. It should be. Yeah, it definitely should be. The school could definitely implement that and then still charge $60,000 a year for tuition.
But I think if like a school can make basically the same amount of money, like the same profit margins, while offering a significantly like less in tuition, I think that school would become super popular and other schools would follow. Because like if I had the option to pay $30,000 or $3,000 for the same certification, I'd pay $3,000. I'd move across the country to pay $3,000. Like a lot of people would.
Yeah, that's fair. It's definitely fair.
I'm just saying it because, like, literally, I'm studying for my finals right now, and, like, literally every single class, it's teachers reading off the PowerPoint slides and then just saying, memorize this shit. And I'm like, I'm doing this for 7 different classes, and I'm like, this really fucking sucks.
Couldn't have went to college.
Yeah. I think this answers that previous question of is it worth it?
So here's what you need to do. What you need to do is you need to take what we said before, right? Where you learn how to code and then you like take it in. So what you do is you learn how to do surgery, record you performing surgery on someone, show up to a hospital and be like, look, I can do surgery.
Where did you do
Hire
this?
me.
Yeah, wait, who am I recording it on?
You might want to go to another country to start performing surgery.
There you go.
Uh,
But, like,
there you
Who
go.
did you do this to? Is he okay? Is he safe? Why? Oh, nothing. I just see a lot of chain.
Yeah.
And he is not sedated.
And I mean, another upside, I was just thinking about this. Like, there are some classes where, like, I could think specifically one of my classes. I didn't, attendance is not mandatory for the majority of the classes at this level, and I don't think attendance should ever be mandatory, but that's a whole different topic. I didn't actually watch any of the lectures until like 2 days before the exam, where I just binged watched all the lectures. Terrible way to prepare. Shouldn't have done it, but like it's all I had time for. I still, the average was like a 60 or something on the exam, and I got a 70. So like, I'm still one standard deviation above the mean, just like I am in every other course. And it only took me 2 days to do it. So by my method, where like if your certification was just like learning, like watching lectures and stuff like that are pre-recorded, you could do it at your own pace. If I want to finish this course in a week, I should have that opportunity and pay less money, or maybe not less money, but like I shouldn't have to like be here for a full year when I could really get it done in like 2 months if I really tried.
Okay, so here's what I got out of that. Oh, look at me, I'm right. That's you spent 2 days. That's what I got out of that.
I was sitting there.
No, but I agree.
Yeah.
The school should only be responsible for providing you the material and like a teacher if you want it. And then you should just go and do your own thing. Because like if you learn better by yourself, then like by all means go do that.
And I mean the one reason why I wouldn't be okay with just getting rid of schools completely is because I think there needs to be some standard. Like
definitely.
Let's say like I'm going to school for like I don't know, like
my schools, by say not getting rid of schools, do you mean colleges?
Yeah, colleges.
Like okay.
Like I don't know. Let's say I'm designing a building, like I'm an architect or something. I want to make sure whoever's designing the building is like has a certain level. Like he's not some actual retard. Like some governing agency should be like, okay, if you're gonna design a building, this is what you need to know. This is the standard of what you need to know in order to make it so that it's all safe. And so it's like, sure, you could have watched every lecture on YouTube, but you happened to skip one that was super important to safety, and now the buildings are collapsing. Like, somebody needs to be like, okay, here's the curriculum, here's what you need to know, here's some YouTube videos, have fun. And then you get that certification from a school. Now everybody's like, okay, this guy is certified to make buildings that won't immediately collapse. That's my only point for not getting rid of schools completely.
Yeah, I agree. There definitely needs to be like some, like the bar needs to be set somewhere.
Yeah, like there's got to be certification at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Back from row.
Yeah, I think I have the most controversial topic out of here. So,
Very cool.
Buckle up. Is Coke better than Pepsi?
Way better.
Yeah.
100% better. Like there's not even a question.
Listen, you little shit.
if you break down to which company is a better company, it's probably Pepsi. But as far as a product goes, Coke versus Pepsi, it's definitely Pepsi.
Yeah, so actually that's a good point. Are we talking about all Coke products versus all Pepsi products?
Actually, I did a personal stock analysis between the two companies because I ended up buying them both, but I did the research on this
Ended up
one.
buying them both.
This guy, he just like takes the cuck route and just like invite him.
No, 'cause it's one of those things like you're doing the research and you're like, all right, they're both good. Why not just fucking buy both? Like,
No. You took the cuck route. That's all I'm hearing.
I'm like
Fucking-
90% sure. That being
Is
said,
this really the topic?
there was a point, I think, where Pepsi actually had like the 4th largest navy in the world or something like that.
I think
believe
you are right. Yeah.
All right. So wait, are we saying the Coke drink versus the Pepsi drink or the companies? What are we talking about here?
I like how I'm getting you guys. I thought you guys like no, come back with another one because I didn't have another one. But I'll save it for next week. I guess we'll do the companies.
All right, okay.
Let's-
So that
All right,
that
so-
changes it because like I fucking
They
love
had
Mountain
body-
Dew.
And I really like body armor.
I don't know what the fuck. Oh, that's like
the
a
drink.
yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't
shout
my
out
thing.
Kobe Bryant. Holy fuck! Did I sell my Pepsi stock or my Coca-Cola stock?
This guy.
Gotta buy.
And I
There's
really
no
like
way I sold Coca-Cola. Why did I do that?
I'm just looking at all the products.
Minute
there.
Yeah, I know. I'm pulling up the products and I'm gonna
I did.
post them.
So if you look at their market cap right now, Coke is $4 billion bigger. Pepsi's 227 billion. Coke's 231
This
billion.
fucking nerd here with his numbers and bullshit, not just
I
looking
will
at the
say this,
products and forming an opinion. God
Pepsi
damn.
does have more billion-dollar brands underneath their flag.
Ooh, okay, but Coke has Barks. All right, Barks root beer is
Okay.
like one of the best brands out there for root beer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pepsi has Frito-Lay. Those pretty good
I
chips.
can do without this. Okay, so I'm gonna think about it like this: if one of them had to go, which one could I like live without? You know what I mean?
Like the entire company just gone.
yeah, if the entire company's gone, you couldn't have any of
I
their
would-
products.
Be
Like,
Pepsi because the Coke drink is so much better than like any alternative that like
Yeah, but the thing is,
Coca-Cola would have to stay.
I can live without
Fuck you, Dan. No, you can't.
I can live without Coke or Pepsi. Not not saying all the products.
yeah, but
just
that's what
like-
we're talking about now. We're talking about the
Yeah.
companies.
The
Yeah.
companies as a whole. So like we would have to delete one.
Yeah, like if Pepsi went out, I wouldn't be able to have Mountain Dew, and like I don't know how okay with that I
Okay.
would be. But if Coke went out, I'll find a better list of all the Coke products here.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find. I mean, we'd lose Powerade. Ooh, like
Yeah, I mean
just
that's
get a
Bark and
Gatorade.
Brain Gatorade anyway. It's whatever.
Oh, Pepsi has Gatorade. Oh shit.
No, I thought Coke had Gatorade. Oh, Pepsi
Nope.
has Gatorade.
Yeah, Pepsi
Yeah.
has Gatorade.
Ooh, I think
Okay.
As-
So I found a list of Pepsi's things. Do you want me to read them off?
Yeah, post them on the any way you can.
I'm
post
actually
them, or-
looking at Pepsi's
Yeah, I can just-
Wikipedia page. They
I
have
can just put a link.
so this is
Okay.
list of assets owned by Pepsi. Is that's what we're talking about, right? Basically, everything Pepsi has.
Yeah.
Their brand. I looked up their brand specifically because those were
Okay,
more like.
hold on. Pepsi owns Raceroni.
All right, I think that solves it.
I believe that does solve it.
Oh fuck.
They
Find
also
a
own
freaking Wikipedia page for
Funyuns.
Coke.
That's a San Francisco treat, Dan.
I know.
I found Coke's Wikipedia page. Now I know everything owned by Coke. All right, but that just reminds me, Orange Vanilla Coke is like one of the best sodas I've ever had.
But have you ever had dark cherry Pepsi?
Dark cherry? I don't think so. I've had like
Alright.
normal cherry Pepsi. And even then, cherry Coke is better than cherry Pepsi.
I think it's vanilla. Oh, what?
What?
No, it was just black cherry. Yeah, it was black cherry Pepsi. Best drink I've ever had.
Really?
Oh,
I love the orange vanilla Coke.
Yeah.
Orange Vanilla, yeah, it's the. Yeah.
Trying to think.
Coke really doesn't have much, does it?
I'm trying to think of what we make at work, so I can't really. I get to say
Yeah, Pepsi has like better brands.
Oh
but
wait,
I
Pepsi
think,
owns
Yeah.
like Captain Crunch, Cheetos, Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Coke is
Alright.
Gatorade. I think Coke is the one that's got to go if I had to pick one.
so technically
Pepsi also owns Doritos too, which is
Yeah.
pretty big.
Coke pays for Dr. Pepper. Like they don't own it, but they
They
help them make it. They help them make it.
If
Dr.
they
Pepper and Snapple.
if they don't own it, I don't think we can count it though.
They bottle it, but they don't own like the. It's
Yeah.
not their brand, so it's. different.
Yeah, I think it's got to be
Because
owned
it's
by
not-
because if Coca-Cola went out, they could get their stuff bottled by Pepsi or somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yes.
Because if Dr Pepper and Snapple went out, I'd lose my shit.
Yeah, that would be a whole different story. That would have been a game changer. So if Coca-Cola, if you're listening to this, and I know you are, acquire Snapple and Dr. Pepper.
Then you won't go under. They're just listening. Who the fuck are these guys?
I think
You heard it here, folks. Buy Coke stock before this merger.
part of the reason for the
I don't think Snapple and Dr. Pepper are publicly traded.
this guy's looking for them on the stock market.
Oh, Pepsi. Also, do you guys know? I always called it Sobe, like iced tea, but I guess it's Sobe.
Oh god,
those
B.
Yeah.
so trash.
that shit's so fucking good. I haven't had it in so long.
Yeah, but have you ever had the white one?
No, I only ever had the green tea
Yeah, that one.
because I'm.
I
not
was
a
always
fucking
trying to
degenerate.
always trying to figure out what it was, and I found out it was coconut water, and it was awful.
That sounds terrible.
Oh yeah, it was like
Well,
pina
yeah,
colada, but made with coconut water.
Wait, Pepsi.
Yeah, it tasted like straight cum.
Pepsi
Yeah.
owns Starbucks iced
Consistency,
coffee.
too. Yeah, I love
think,
that shit.
I think they bottle it for. I don't think like they own.
It says
No,
assets owned by Pepsi.
it's yeah, it's on their
Oh,
website.
It's on their website. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Also, Coke owns vitamin water. I like vitamin water.
Oh, so you are gay. I get it.
Right.
Only certain ones though.
Yeah, but shit, I don't know if I could live without that orange
Yeah.
vanilla Coke. But I feel like Pepsi has more stuff I couldn't live without.
But could you go with what's I guess mug root beer over Barks?
I could do that.
Yeah,
Mugs root beer is definitely still good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a lot sweeter, I think.
It's
really,
not Barks, but it's not bad.
It's really also like the Gatorade. Like the Gatorade kind of.
That's the new slogan.
All
Not
right.
Barks,
So
but it's not bad.
let's talk about something real quick.
We need to contact them real quick. Your new slogan is not right under the mug logo. It's not Barks, but it's not bad. Get my agent on the phone.
All right, hang on. Where's the stock
I
market?
want $100,000 every time they say it.
I can see the Super Bowl ads right now. They
What were
call
you
me
trying to say,
Mugs.
Murray?
I think
Mug-
most people would respect that. Like if that was their actual slogan, people would be like, all right. I respect
Not Barks, but it's not bad.
right after the Super Bowl ad, they call me. We went under. Oh no, you have to pay all the fees. I'm ruined.
No, you just keep saying, "Who is this? Who is this? Who is this?"
Which one? Which one? Oh my god, what picture did I just find?
So I will say that over the last 5 years, right? Coca-Cola stock up 55%. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Pepsi's over the last 5 years.
If they made this a thing,
88%.
they should go under.
Who pays a higher dividend? That's the real question. 527.
There's no one looking at
Stock market's
this
not
book.
real, so
Yeah,
like I don't really
no,
take that into account. Like the stock market means nothing.
Stock market is government regulated.
It really is because the government owns
It-
all the stock.
What?
Government owns every single stock in existence. There's just no way around it.
No, but I will say this: the stock market is absolutely rigged, and that is why I use it because I know it's rigged.
Bro, were you the one that said that Pepsi Blue was like fire?
Yeah.
I did not like it.
it
It had a flavor.
It had a flavor.
I
was
don't-
fire to me like when I was 10.
Yeah, because it was sweet as fuck.
Dude, I just realized on Pepsi's thing, right? You got Doritos as a brand, you got Cheetos as a brand, and then you got the reduced fat Doritos and Cheetos as their own brand.
The baked brand? Yeah.
No, it just says reduced fat, not
reduced
baked.
Oh, okay.
Which one owns Squirt? That's the real question.
Pepsi also owns Lay's, so like baked barbecue chips from Lay's is kind of like the food like I live on. So
They also own Sun Chips.
yeah,
Right, I'm guessing you haven't gone to fucking
Dr. Pepper owns Squirt.
Also, Lay's and Lay's
What's that?
Cooked are two different brands. Interesting.
What, Moreau?
The sandwich shop. Fuck, I can't think of it.
Primo?
Yeah.
I've been there.
What's the question?
Been there a couple times.
Did you get the discount yet or not?
What
Yeah,
discount?
go on.
Discount
20
that.
subs?
Oh yeah, after like I spend a certain amount or something.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I actually don't even know how to check.
I keep going in the wrong date, so I keep fucking myself over.
Wait, you guys have one out by
I'm
you?
paying less, but at what cost?
Wait, you guys have one out by you, Mara?
I fucking wish.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying.
There's no places around here with good bread.
Right? Like my parents, I had my parents try. They're like, "Oh my fucking god!" And I was like, "Yeah."
Fuck, now I really want Primo hoagies.
Right?
I
Dude,
may have to go.
they're opening one down the street from my house. I'm gonna be
Oh no!
like literally down the street. Like Ryan, do you remember the one day you came here to help me move? Do you remember where the ShopRite was?
Yeah.
Yeah, across the street from the ShopRite.
Oh boy.
Right? I'm like, well, there goes my wallet. Fucking $20 for a sub.
Worth.
It is. I was telling Joe at work, because he was saying how like it's hard to find a place with good bread, and I like slowly turned towards him. He's like, "What? Like, do I have a place for you?" But I'm like, "But you have 5 kids. You're ruined."
Don't feed them. Let them starve.
Yeah, I told him to go and eat there to try it. All right, is that it? They got to come up with a title for this.
Alright, so I mean, we're all in agreement. Coke is better than Pepsi, drink for drink. But
Yeah.
as a brand, I could live without Coke easier than I could live without Pepsi.
I could go
Yeah.
either way, honestly.
Wow. Gay. Okay.
That's no. Bisexual. Okay, get it right. We're politically correct here, as we always are.
Oh, well.
Of course.
Now, if they came out with that Coca-Cola garlic, I'd swing so fast to Pepsi.
I would dump all the stock possible out of Coca-Cola and into any other company.
I like that the Pepsi site tells you what they added in these quarters. Quarter 4 Cheetos, cheddar, popcorn flavored snacks. That's a win right there.
Which one owns Nestle?
I think Nestle's its own brand.
Is
Unless,
Yeah, I don't
is
think
it owned
Nestle's
by-
owned. It might be owned by someone else, but it's not owned by either of them. I don't think.
I think Pepsi owns it, doesn't it?
Nestle might be owned by Hershey.
No, I think it's just Nestle. One of the first questions that pop up when you Google Nestle is Nestle owned by Israel?
We can't say that word with good conscience in this chat, in this podcast.
I do remember something where like the owner of Nestle or something was
everything
like
owned by Nestle.
said
Yeah,
like
Nestle
water's
has-
not a human right or something like that. How he justified not like giving out water or something. It's like, yeah, water's
Yeah,
not a human right.
Yeah, Nestle owns like their own stuff, like Nesquik. Yeah, Big Cats.
What even are there other brands?
All these other things I've never heard of. Smarties.
That's why they weren't in this conversation.
Oh, Nestle
Right.
Toll House. Who would have thunk it? The fuck is a Milky Bar? Eric.
So Nestle's not to be confused with Nestea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a. Oh no, Nestle owns Nestea. Yeah, that makes sense.
They also make like all the dog and cat food. Fancy Feast.
Just slide little pebbles of chocolate.
Nestle owns. What's that brand of baby food? It looks like I can't actually tell.
Gerber?
Oh,
Gerber?
yeah, Gerber.
Yeah. So what is? Yeah, here we go. Hang on. There's like 8 brands that pretty much own the entire world.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Pepsi.
I mean,
Coke,
Disney owns all of those.
Yeah. What is it? Pepsi, Coke, Nestle. I can't read this one.
I mean, what are your
Mars.
2 biggest multimedia companies? It's probably like AT&T, Disney. Who else?
Wait, like who own the world?
Yeah,
Oh, it's like Amazon, Disney.
Amazon doesn't own that much yet. Like not compared
Oh, yeah.
to Disney or AT&T. They're a
Fair.
bigger company by like.
I need to come up with a title. No,
I'll figure it out when I'm.
College versus high school, Coke versus Pepsi. Dan, what was your topic again?
Scalpers.
eBay versus
Communi-
communism.
Communism versus capitalism. And I think that's it. That's it. Just those three.
Somebody type that in chat.
Yeah, like I'm not saying get rid of like people making their own market.
Dance communist. You
just-
heard it here, folks.
Oh my god, I'm actually the opposite of that.
Then you wouldn't be for this bill.
I wasn't saying I'm for the bill.
I
just
don't
brought-
know.
was
Sounds
just-
like you
no,
want
I said-
government involvement.
No. No, I was just saying how I was thinking how it's bullshit. Like when people jack the prices and stuff, and then now they're making the bill. That's the only reason I brought it up.
My favorite thing is that the Fed mandated that if you're in the House of Representatives, you can no longer sell stocks. Basically, you can only invest in funds because they've been doing that for years. So they're like, yeah, well, let's introduce this legislation that's going to shit on this company, but do really well for this company, and then we'll buy all that company stock and become super rich. That's what they've been doing for like literally years. And then
Right.
they're finally like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, let's make that illegal. But
We gotta get out of this.
the only problem is Congress still can fucking do that, and Congress is the one that actually makes the laws. So it's fucked,
Dan leaving like this isn't going in the podcast.
right? Still going on, Dan. What are you doing?
Oh, I thought we were done.
No. This is the act. This is our blooper thing. Say something stupid.
Blooper thing.
Dan said something stupid during his topic.
Damn.
Yeah, free markets are cool. All right.
I'm not saying. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure Dan was saying that because he was successful in the gulag, that he just wants the whole world to be a gulag.
And that brings us back to Ryan's topic in the first episode where he says, "Make it like the Wild West."
Like
All
Dan,
comes
dream
full
about
circle.
a Honda S2000, but I'll never be able to afford one because they're just skyrocketing in prices. Because people are just taking them and scalping them.
But just go to college and make a bunch of money, then you can afford it.
No, because
Oh,
then I'll be fucked over by either Coke or Pepsi. So it's a loser regardless.
Unfortunate. We'll just make the whole world one big Nazino island. It's fine.
That's it for this episode. Tune in next week for more uneducated opinions. Do you have an opinion you want heard? Have a topic you want us to discuss? Leave a comment, send us a message, or email us at uneducatedopinions69@gmail.com and let us know what you have to say. See you next week.